Alright guys, we are not going to wait for this minute and a half to start streaming. No, we are going to wait. I'm going to give you guys just a couple of minutes just to pop back on. Sorry about the mishap. Hey, restart definitely fixed these issues. But we are back. We are ready to look at some crypto in just 60 seconds. Give you guys another 60 seconds. Alright guys, we are starting in about 30 seconds. Alright, how are we all doing? Sorry about the technical mishaps. It was actually my own fault, not my computer's. It didn't need a restart. I just had to happen two video sources for the same camera, so it was my fault, But we're back. And thank you for tuning in. And if this is your first time here, don't forget I stream crypto charts regularly, and it'd be great if you could give me a follow. If you are watching on YouTube, give me a like. Give me a subscribe on YouTube, and I'd love to see your comments. If you have some charts you want us to look at today, feel free to enter them into the chat. I will be reviewing any coins that you want. And I'll show you a couple of the trades that I've got on at the moment. And go over a couple of... Well, we'll go over where I think Bitcoin's heading. So I'm going to jump over to my charts now. Just give me one sec. Just let me share my screen. Alright. We'll start with Bitcoin. Actually, you know what? Let's not start with Bitcoin. Let's do what we always do. Let's start with the DXY. This is how I usually start my day. I haven't even looked at these charts today, by the way. Oh, wow. That happened a bit later than I thought. Doesn't matter. It was pretty close to what I thought would happen. We had, for the DXY, price coming down into this demand zone here. Demand zone meaning this is the price where people are demanding to buy their crypto. And price is sitting in a range in here, it looks like. We've come from down below all the way back up. We could see one of two things from here. We could see price, of course, rebound up. One second. We could see price rebound up and try this level again, which I think we will. I think we're going to come back up, test this level again, and we could go below. Now, that's actually a good thing. We want the price to break this demand level here. We want that because when the price of this DXY goes down, that means people are putting money in crypto, and that's what we want to see. We want to see money in crypto coming back. So this to me actually looks quite positive. We've seen the price come from the bottom of this structure here to the top, meaning Bitcoin price has decreased, well crypto price in general has decreased. I would love to see the bottom of this get tested. I would love to see us come back down here. do a quick retracement for my shorts and for my longs and come back up. So what does this mean? If price keeps going down, we could see Bitcoin price rise. So I need to be wary of any shorts that I'm in or any shorts that I'm planning. Okay. Because I am expecting price to come down, so I am expecting Bitcoin price to come up. And then I'm expecting Bitcoin price to come back down again and let me pick up some longs. And from this point down, I'm going to be looking for longs. That's what I'm thinking. That's my overall ballpark here. My game plan. Give me one moment and we'll take a look through everything else. One moment. So what I currently have, the trade that I'm currently in is a short on LTC, and I'm in this short in particular because if we look at this chart, we are at the top of a range. We are in premium prices. And what are my rules? Rule number 1, shorts at premium prices, longs at discounted prices. This was one of the few coins that was sitting at the top of its range, and I was keen to get in here for some shorts, and I got in, and we have a lovely short here. We're doing quite well. I think from memory, let's just check if I'm logged into Bybit. I've gone anywhere between 80% to 100% on this one. Change to my sub account, my main account, sorry, for this one. No, it's not in that one. Log in. What do you mean I was logged in? How can I go from account to sub account if I wasn't logged in? Bybit? How could that happen? Come on. Bybit seems to want to log me out all the time. So let's put this verification number in. One moment. So you see here we're at 50% profit on this one. I will decide what we do with this trade after we look at the charts today. Alright, so I'm expecting the price. What was I expecting? But let's load up the DXY again so that I can double check my strategy. DXY. Okay, so Bitcoin price has risen, or crypto price in general has risen. I'm getting bombarded with Discord messages. Just give me a second. Let me quit Discord. Alright, here we go. Okay. DXY came down. DXY hit the top, and we are currently trading at the bottom of the demand range. So we've broken through the demand range here. We could see a lower price here on the DXY, and that would be wonderful for Bitcoin. It means money could be pumping into crypto faster. That's what it indicates. If that is the case, what are we seeing over in BTC land? Bitcoin price certainly did jump higher. It's toying with the top parts of this range here. Just toying. I think the time for this particular long has well and truly passed. That long is not, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to leave it there for now. That was my idea. My idea was these shorts here would get taken, and it could still happen. We could still see a stop hunt. We could definitely, and sorry, those were longs there. we could see a stop pump come and take all of those stops. Get me into this. Now, this particular trade is not the best trade on the chart here. It's the second best trade on the chart. Still has its own risks, but if the price does dip below here, then I know the price will be hitting the bottom. Now, I am expecting price from here. Judging by what we're seeing, it's testing a lot of this area here. It looked to me like we have had a swing failure here. It looks like a swing failure. And the DXY is telling us that we've retested these top boundaries here, and we're now at the bottom of this range, so prices could go higher. We could see higher Bitcoin prices. If we could see higher Bitcoin prices, that means this price could come up, and it could mean my Litecoin trade here might not be the best idea. And certainly this idea I have here of getting another short at the top, that might not be the best idea either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I don't have any more Litecoin shorts. I have ETH shorts planned for the top of the range. I don't know why I have two there. That seems like a problem. I don't want two there. No, definitely not. The Bitcoin shorts are all at the Bitcoin longs and the Gala long, and the Litecoin long. Well, that's to close my Litecoin trade. These Gala and Bitcoin longs here at the bottom of the ranges. So we're not going against my overall feel of where the markets are heading. We are just preparing at the bottom of the ranges to get those trades in. Voyager is dead. Good morning, how you doing? Nice to see you. And now I don't have any orders in this sub account. Let's just check my other one. That was Obi-Wan Assassin 2. Let's check Obi-Wan Assassin sub account. Could have sworn I had other orders in, unless I've just taken them all off. Yeah, nice to see you too, mate. Hope your trades are going well. Mine are. Okay. My main account. Okay, it's not there. Let me just double check, because I don't know. Bybit's been a bit buggy lately for me. Especially this new order by quantity. Ugh, that's disgusting. There's some of these coins I'm seeing on Bybit now only have order by quantity and order by value. Where's my order by cost? Where did that go? I don't know why they're doing it this way. It makes my life harder. Okay, so there's nothing on this sub account. This account is Obi-Wan Assassin 2. Let's just check my Obi-Wan Assassin sub account. No, I'm all clear. Okay, I'm safe. I don't have any other orders in. Well, there's nothing in that one. Which one's this one? Obi-Wan Assassin sub account 1. So nothing in that account that I can even trade with. Obi-Wan Assassin 2. I didn't trade yesterday. I had a day off yesterday. I don't remember either. I'll have to look through the charts to find out. Okay, I've got $94 in this sub account. No active trades or waiting. So, okay, I've turned them off. I did put a trade yesterday. I tried to do a short on Litecoin here, and I got a bit too greedy. I would have got this trade if I was just a little bit less greedy. A little bit less greedy, that would have bumped me in. I was thinking about doing a small trade here today. I planned this one out because I was seeing Litecoin as having lower highs and lower lows. So it was quite bearish on Litecoin, especially at the top of the range here. I thought that was a good trade. I haven't added these in the system, and well, this was added in the system. It's been deleted now. It didn't actually get triggered. It was so close though. It was so close to getting triggered. But I was quite greedy there, and greediness is not a bad thing in my view. It's okay if I don't get a trade in. If I'm being greedy, it's okay. I'm just trying to get myself deeper pockets, like deeper profits. For Bitcoin, yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna go. I think the price is going up. Because I think the price of Bitcoin is going up, I'm worried about my Litecoin trades here. So I'm going to get rid of that for now. I think I'm just going to stick with this one Litecoin trade. And I'm probably just going to break even on this. So I'm going to bulletproof this trade, meaning the entry price will now become my stop loss. Find which account this is in. I think it's in my main account. So now my stop loss becomes my entry price. Wait, come on, that's not right. Where's my entry price? So no matter what, we cannot lose money on this trade. But I'm going to keep it on. I'm going to keep it on and just see what happens. Because it's bulletproofed, I don't really have to worry about that at all. Where do I think we're heading? I do think Bitcoin may come higher. In which case, I'm glad I bulletproofed that trade. I'm not interested in a long in Bitcoin at these prices. It's 50% of the range. I'm only interested if I get below this particular line here and I get my discounted prices. Until then, I'm waiting for Bitcoin to rise up so I can take some shorts. And if we look at ETH now, I think ETH is surprising. ETH has almost triggered my shorts in, which is a really strange situation to be in. We have had even highs here on ETH, so I do see this price coming up to take those even highs and put my trade here in. And I want to put this short in, but if I'm putting a short in on ETH, it means I'd be expecting Bitcoin to come down. This is the problem right now. I haven't been in this situation before. Recently, like up until this recent episode of crypto, Bitcoin and ETH have kind of worked together. So I'm not quite sure what I want to do here. We could see ETH come and take that and just sit here for a while and wait for Bitcoin price to start ranging back down, or Bitcoin price may just start ranging down from here. You like the way I trade and the steps of my trading? Thanks, mate. Gotta remember the rules. You went over a week ago. Yeah, man. Well, let's go over my rules. Hey, just give me one sec. Let's go over my rules. Sorry, I just had to wipe my nose with a tissue. Alright. My rules. These don't have to be your rules, but these are the rules that I trade with. Rule number 1. Shorts at premium prices, longs at discounted prices, always. That's the most important rule. How do we get the discounted prices? We draw a line down the middle of the range, and I draw a line in the middle of the range to the top and a middle of the range to the bottom to give me my discounted and my premiums. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2. Never trade at 50% of the range. Never ever trade at 50% of the range. Look at the size of these wicks. They will wick you out and you'll be wondering why. In fact, I get most views on my channel right after a stop hunt, with people coming and going, why did I just get my stops taken? You can trade wherever you want. You can make those trades. I'm not here to tell you you're right or wrong. For all I know, you could be a highly successful trader, trading wherever you want on the chart. If that's you, that's fantastic. That's not me. And that's not how I'm going to trade. I only want to be trading when I have an edge. My goal here is not to make a lot of money really quickly. My goal here is to make a lot of money over a long period of time. And to do that, the way that I'm doing that is I'm trying to get my win rate well and above 50%. It needs to be, in my view, somewhere between 50 and 60%. Maybe even 64%, 65%. That'd be great. If I can get that, I'll be happy. And my goal here is to build up my crypto, what you call it, wallet, treasury, build my treasury up. And over time, as the treasury grows, these trades will get worth more and more money. So the goal here, again, to get my win rate above 50%. Anywhere between 50 to 65% is my absolute beautiful sweet zone. And I only need that. I will make money. If I can only win 50% of the time, I'll still make money. And if I can see that my win rate is around 50, anywhere between 50 and 60, I'm going to start putting more of my actual capital into this project. And I'm not going to be putting any more capital in until I know my win rate is solid. And the only way that I know from my training, from the coaching that I've received to get solid win rates, is to make better trades and to wait for the price to come to me. So that's rule number 2. We do not trade at 50% of the range. So today for Bitcoin, I ain't trading these prices. That's ridiculous. All right. Rule number 3. We must be able to target the next order block or the next supply or demand range, and we must be able to get a 3-to-1 return on risk to reward ratio. 3-to-1. So if there's a massive big price drop, leaving a supply zone above, if you can't get a 3-to-1 on that supply zone, that's not worth trading. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, the price will struggle to break free of any demand zone above or any any supply zone above or any demand zone below. So you need 3-to-1 on that, because that's where you want to take your trade to. 3-to-1 trades only. All right. When you go to the casino, you want to do those bets that give you the best results, not those shitty results, those best results. So you want those blackjack tables that pay you the 3-to-1 on blackjack. Anything below, it's a bad bet. Not that we're gambling, so I shouldn't really talk about gambling. We're not here to gamble. We're doing the opposite. All right, rule number 4. Rule number 4. Stop loss needs to be 25% of the OB that I'm targeting. And my risk to reward, it needs to be set to where my bias is wrong. Okay, let's clarify this rule. I'm not always going to have a trade where if it breaks through my stop loss, my entire bias of the situation is wrong. Those are certainly the best trades to make. But my other preference is if it breaks through my stop loss, well, I've got another plan. I've got another trade below that I'm trying to get that has another 3-to-1 and is likely to hit as well. So this one, for example, in Bitcoin, this is what I mean. If my price breaks through my stop loss here, I was wrong. It's not this OB. My bias was wrong. I thought it would bounce off this OB and it didn't. But I have a plan to bounce it off the lower one. That's the thing I'm going for. Alright. Rule number 5. This is pretty tricky to implement sometimes, and this is the one I was just talking about just before. Rule number 5. We do not bet. Sorry. It's not about betting. We do not trade against the Bitcoin bias. We trade with the Bitcoin bias. So if I think Bitcoin's coming up, I shouldn't be looking for shorts. If I think Bitcoin's going down, I shouldn't be looking for longs. Alright? What I try and do is I try and plan ahead. I try and think if Bitcoin's coming down, and I think Bitcoin's going to come down, where can I pick up a good long from? And it's almost like watching a clockwork piece with bigger wheels and smaller wheels, and the big ones rotating the smaller ones faster. And it's difficult sometimes to see where the smaller coins are going to end up. Bitcoin starts to come down, and the smaller coins sometimes drop. Or in the case of, look, we got Litecoin here. It's hardly reacting at all at the moment of the Bitcoin price. Hardly reacting at all. So it can be difficult to gauge this particular rule, but I do my best to think through these live on a stream. Whether or not you agree with me is your own prerogative. You may think that my bias is wrong, and I challenge you to challenge me on that, because if you're challenging me on the bias, if you're telling me why you think my bias is wrong, well, that will help me. It'll probably help me make more money. So if you think I'm wrong, please let me know in the chat, please. Let's talk. Let's learn of each other. Let's throw theories out. You know, I can easily change my thinking if you think I'm wrong. All right, rule number 6. Rule number 6. We do not trade if there is a big supply or demand directly above or below the trade. All right. So I originally actually put a trade on here. I had a trade ready to go, and my coach called me out, and he said, for one, at the time, this particular price here is at the 50% zone that we've been sitting in for the past week. So that should be rule number 1. We don't trade the 50%. All right, and then we had this big, what would you call this? The price goes up, leaving a demand zone, and a big demand zone above. So the theory was that price was not going to easily break this, but it did. It did. And in this case, the rule didn't really help. But the rule was there for a reason. What we would normally see on a big demand zone left is the price would struggle to go back above there and would just sit here ranging, which we want to avoid. We want decisively big win trades. This would have been one, but because it didn't follow my rule, I cancelled that order and I lost only a couple of dollars, so that wasn't a big deal. What I am looking forward to though is the price coming back down. I am picking this as potential zone to come back to, and if we look at our fibs, let's just confirm if this is sitting at 70% retracement. Yeah, it's 70 to 80% retracements. That would be lovely. And overall, in terms of where we are in the zone, if price does come back down, let's have a look at that. It's in the golden zone there at 60 to 70%. So for me, that would still be the ideal place to pick up a long at this with this current price structure. Even though it's sitting here only slightly in discounted prices. There's only two places that I'm going to pick it up, either there or down here. But I don't even think that's up for discussion. I have a feeling that we could see Bitcoin come higher, but we haven't seen the confirmations yet. We've still got a lower high, and because we've still got a lower high, I don't have anything concrete saying to me, Chris, watch out, Bitcoin's going to increase its price. It looks like we've actually had a failure, another swing failure up here. It looks like we might be seeing price structure break. Let's just look at the 1 hour and take a look. Price structure has broken to the bearish here, meaning this particular area could be a bearish order block right here. This whole thing here. However, then price has also bullishly broken here, broken structure right there, meaning we could have a bullish order block. Oh, hard to say really with this choppy price. This whole area here could be a bullish order block. What kind of signs would signal the price? Yeah, I'm just going over those now. I've been looking for those break-in structures. It's right now we've had a break of structure to the bearish side. We've had a break of structure to the bullish side. It seems to me like a decision point right now. Right now there's a war going on between bullish and bearish. I can't tell you which way it's going to go. I can only tell you which way it goes once it breaks fully. So we'll be looking for a big move up. Now this particular move here that I'm looking at, that I'm saying was a bearish break. It was a bearish break, but this was a stop hunt for sure. That was a stop hunt. So I don't know if I can consider that as being evidence of a bearish break. We have seen in a small scale hourly chart here, we've seen higher highs, but we have had a lower low here. On the 2 hour, looking at the wider structure, I mean, this could be a lower high here. So it could be bearish. On the 4 hour, oh, thanks, mate. Still learning, but I have a masterous teacher. I mean, I didn't learn any of this by myself. I learned from my coach. He's been incredible. My two coaches, Dan and Nick. And hopefully, after a few months of doing this, hopefully it'll be as good as they are. Practice makes perfect. Teaching is a great way to practice. I mean, I've taught many things in my life, and I've always become better at them by teaching. All right, so at the 4 hour, now this is the one we really need to look at. It doesn't matter what the lower time frames tell you. They will always be trumped by a higher time frame. And if you're losing your stops, that is exactly why. Because you're taking too many trades at a smaller time frame without looking at the higher time frame. Look at the higher time frame here. We've got, and this is kind of interesting. What have we got? We've got a lower low, equal lows, lower high, equal lows, equal high. Look at that range. We've had a trend all the way up, leaving stops below. I'm still thinking the price is going to swing down and pick up my long and then maybe go higher. That's what I'm thinking. I still feel that. And this is a feeling. I can't tell you what's going to happen. I can only tell you what I feel might happen. I can only be prepared for the things that could happen. So plan for the worst and hope for the best. I do see these stops here, but I also saw even highs right here. So price could swing back up, swing down, take those stops, and then bounce off, and that would be phenomenal. I think we could definitely see that. We've seen that before. We've seen that last month. We've seen this exact setup many times before for Bitcoin. I'll have a crowd in here. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. That's why I'm doing this. I do want to build a following, and my plan, like, just so you guys know, I am quite successful in e-commerce. I have built multiple 7-figure businesses in e-commerce, and my wife and I, we stream on another channel for one of those e-commerce businesses together. That's what we do, and I don't want to do that forever. So this channel is the start of my next career, which will be in trading. So I will one day sell all of my e-commerce stores, and that money that I generate from that sale will go into, well, a lot of it, a good chunk of it will go into my crypto portfolio, and I'll be using that to trade. But I won't be doing that until I know I'm getting a decent win rate. And I know I'm getting a decent paper win rate. Now it's time to implement that into actual real trades, because that's the thing. You can be a really good paper trader, but until you've really proven yourself on live charts, on live trades, that can be meaningless. And I know a lot of us traders who are really trying to learn how to trade. We're just constantly trading. One trade lost, one trade lost, one trade lost, one trade won. We're just putting more and more and more trades on. But I'm trying to show you guys that I have learned to slow down, because even though your account sizes are small, treat every trade that you're doing as if you're trading with $1,000 on that trade, a risk of $1,000. Because you've seen our coaches, you've seen Dan, you've seen Nick, you know, their account sizes are bigger. When Nick is putting on a trade, he's risking $400, $500, $600, even $1,000, but he's bringing back $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Now, if you're midway through a trade, if you've come in and Bitcoin's come in through here, it's picked up your trade, and you're about 50% here, but your risk value is $1,000, and that's 3% of your account size, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Nick was faced with that exact situation. He was in a decent trade. He'd made $5,000 profit on that trade, and the trade was starting to come down. And he's like, guys, what do I do? He was getting taken away by you know, what do you call it? The excitement, you know. He was getting drawn into it. Should I try and take my whole trade to the end? What should I do? And until you've treated your small bag like you're treating a big bag, you're not going to know what to do. Why do I think people are good at paper? Because theory is easy, especially if you're able to put on your paper trades based on what you've seen recently, not based on what you think's going to happen. And also, there's no risk in paper trades. This exact thing I'm talking about. You can't be in the middle of a paper trade worrying about your stops, worrying about how much you're risking, because you're not risking anything. And learning how to manage your own self through risk is half of this battle. Learning how to, as well, making sure you're filling your spreadsheets out, that you know your win rate. You're not just putting boxes on a chart here and going, yeah, the price went through most of mine perfectly. I mean, the next thing you should be doing too is reviewing your week and going back in time and doing your replays, so that you can paper trade on the week that you've had, and you can do it over and over and over again until you get it perfect. But that's only going to help you in the future when you see similar setups. And yeah, that's what I think anyway. Learning how to manage yourself through risk. All right, learning when to walk away from a trade in a profit, learning when to let a trade go all the way out, learning your own true play style here. What I'm showing you here is my play style that I've learned from many, many, many months of failing. And your play style will be different. I can't tell you that what I do will work for you, but I can tell you that I am trying to replicate my coach as closely as possible for the moment, until I know for sure that I'm confident that everything is working for me in the way that it's working. And I know I've just dribbled a lot of garbage here. Let's look at some charts. All right. So what I think is for Bitcoin, what I am thinking, I think we will get a price retracement, because even though this DXY is looking very positive, I do still feel like the DXY is going to jump up, test these highs before it goes back down. I do feel that. But also I feel these stops, this liquidity that's built up here, it has to be taken out. And the DXY does not have to go out, does not have to change for these to get taken. Because money does not move from crypto space into wallets when this liquidity gets taken out. That's just liquidity. So I do still feel like this liquidity will get taken out, and from there we should start to see a higher high. Once the price reaches this point here, and my long has been locked into Bitcoin, well, then my Litecoin short goes out. This is staying on until I am 100% knowing, not feeling, but knowing that Bitcoin is now bullish. And that's not going to happen until I see this come back down and have a big reaction off here. If this price comes down, picks up my trade and gives me a small whimpery reaction, yeah, I'm not really bullish on that. In fact, if I see that happening, I may even close this trade early and see what happens. Yeah, I think, well, I can't think super long term, but it looks to me like we've reached a peak here. We had a higher high, we've had a swing failure, we've come down and we've tested lower prices on this DXY. And for those of you who don't understand what the DXY is, that's okay. I don't even know what it is, to be honest, but I do know that it's got something to do with how much money people are investing. And we know that when DXY comes down, Bitcoin price goes up. And you see this whole price here since February 2022. DXY just kept going up and Bitcoin price just kept going down. So we have a correlation here. Whether or not that's an effect, it's a theory. It's a theory, and it's a theory that I've held onto, a theory that a lot of traders follow. We definitely have seen the price stabilize. Now we could get into a range here. We could start to see a range form from here, because this is a key point right here, which is why I've not labeled it, but I've put my point of interest here. This is a key point. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 dips into it. And so from here, we could see price range from the top. We could see a range for a while. That's definitely something that could happen. So for that to happen, we would see a big increase, which would mean a big drop in price from Bitcoin. And I hope that doesn't happen. What I'm hoping to happen is from here, I'm hoping that we see DXY do this and come and test down in this area here. This is my next key interest zone. I'll draw a square here. That's the next zone there. I hope we see that, because that would be great. But these are big bloody movements, and the price that, like, you can't necessarily guarantee the price change that will happen on Bitcoin just because this happens. But you can see I've actually been pretty good at predicting the DXY. Just using supply and demand and a bit of lateral thinking. I've been pretty decent at predicting this. I'm not saying that I can tell the future. I'm not saying that this is going to be correct. This is just what I think may happen. Just based off experience. Yeah, it would be really interesting, but we haven't seen this sort of thing happen before. We've never been here before. You look back at the dailies, and always look back at your high time frame, guys. Always. Look at the range that we were in. We were in this long range for years. This particular price action that we're seeing, it had to happen. This is a higher high. We could see a higher low form somewhere. Look, if we do this. And if this were true, if this were a higher high, then we're fucked, to be honest. But as traders, we're not, because as traders, this is an opportunity. We could still see the price come anywhere down here, bounce at this 60 to 70% retracement zone and form a new higher high. We do not want to see that. As far as crypto traders go, we don't want to see that, because when crypto is worth less, there's less volume, and I want volume. We want volume in this. I don't care what the price of Bitcoin is. I just want people to trade it so that I can trade it. So when you're trying to figure out your bias, always look at the higher time frame. Always look at it. It never lies to you. What would be great to see is if you could come back down to this range here, the bottom of this range. I think at this point, if we could reach this point again, and it's a long range here, if we could possibly reach that point, we'd probably see a lot of people YOLOing back in. Right, I think if we got there, we'd see the big Bitcoin price swing to the positive again. Well, I think actually we'd see it from here, from this box here. If we get to that box and we're still heading down, we're going to have a lovely ride. Anyway, so what I'm looking for too is if Bitcoin price comes down for ETH, then ETH is probably going to come down range from here. Still, for me, ETH is not in a tradable zone for where I want to trade. I am waiting for ETH to come up here, pick up my trade, and I'm going to take a short. Now, I don't want to be taking a short on ETH if I'm long on Bitcoin. That breaks my rules. So, what am I going to do? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I haven't actually faced this question before. I've never been in I have been in a long when I've also been in a short. I do know that I shouldn't do that. That is one of my first rules, and I know my trainer will probably kick my ass. If we're in a long on Bitcoin, we should not be in a short on ETH. It just shouldn't be working like that. So I need to think about this. I am in a Litecoin short. I am hoping to see the ETH price come up, take my price here, and I'm hoping to see the Bitcoin price start coming down and ETH price start coming down. So I do think we could still have a small upward swing. I did see these relative highs here. So you see here we've got highs that formed here, and we've got highs that formed over here. Well, these are more or less even highs, more or less. So we have stops sitting right here. So I do think Bitcoin could even come up to this price here, up to this higher high that formed. We could retest that, and we could slam back down to pick up all these stops. That could absolutely happen. But even if it came up to here, I'm not looking for a short yet. Short territory is the top of the range up here for me. Now, I could be missing out on a decent trade. I know a lot of people who be looking at this area for trades. I know they will. They absolutely would, because I would if I didn't know any better. But for me, the top of the range here is this point here. That for me is the top, not here. And I know a lot of people will fall for this trap. And if I was a investor, I'd be doing a short from the top here and taking those stops. So be warned, guys. I know a lot of people are going to jump on here. Exactly. I might not get the trade. It might not trigger. But it's safer. It's safer. Retail is not going to come up here and do a long. There is no way they'd be that stupid. But another thing too, there are going to be so many retail traders who see the price come up here, and they're going to long from here. I mean, what the hell? What are you thinking? Don't long from the top? But we're going to see it for sure. We're going to see it. We see all sorts of things. So, if Bitcoin price comes up, this is the question, will ETH come up and break through here? Yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. ETH is in a pretty solid price structure here. My short covers enough range in here. And you know what? I could probably give myself a bit more range there just to make sure I'm safe. I can still get probably a 3.5 risk to reward ratio there, and still be relatively safe of ETH coming in and testing these higher highs at the top of the range here. So that can still work. No idea, mate. I do not anymore. Like, look, I have invested a lot of money in crypto projects. I think I lost $40,000 or $50,000 in projects like Thor, projects like like Strong Chain, and a whole bunch of other projects. And when I've lost repeatedly by investing capital into these projects, I've promised myself to become a trader rather than an investor. So I don't concern myself anymore really with the politics or the inner workings of any of those projects. Oh yeah, well, I mean for strong, I reckon I put 60k in for strong, but I managed to pull out probably 20 to 30k for strong. I saw the writing on the wall a lot earlier than a lot of people, but not early enough. And I've just been watching these scams after scams after scams. No more. Absolutely no more. I am not investing any more money in any of those janky projects. Can't trust anybody in the crypto world anymore. It's crazy. But I'll happily trade. At least with trading, it's something I can control. Just have to be wary about where you put your money into which exchanges. Now, I put my money in Bybit, and I'm just hoping that Bybit are decent. But at the same time, you don't keep all your money there. You know, you do not keep all your money in an exchange. You put it in a cold storage wallet, and never, ever. I mean, if a project's offering you yields that are more than 2%, you need to ask yourself, is this safe? Because I don't think it is. I don't care about the tech so much. I mean, here's the thing. You can jump on a really good price. If you see that an exchange with a good token, a well-respected token, all of a sudden they're having liquidity issues, you can do a short. Absolutely read the news. Read the news. Read where the troubles are at. But well, from my point of view, I don't need to read the technical stuff. I mean, I used to like obsess about reading the technical stuff, reading how Thor chain works, reading how Strong chain works, reading what they were doing. But I've realized it's just a bunch of bullshit. It really is. I trusted those guys with my money because their white papers sounded fantastic, but they just changed their minds. They're like, our white paper said this, but you know what? We're changing our minds, and thanks for your money, but it's now mine. So I just look at charts. From now on, and from then on, we just look at charts, and we just try to take money off traders. That's our goal here. I guess I'm no better than any of those other projects who take their money, but I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to you. If you're in these trades and you're doing opposite of me, I'm looking to take your shorts, or your stops. That's just how it works. Alright, so for ETH, if we see Bitcoin come back up, take these stops here and fall down to here, that'd be lovely. My Litecoin trade would reach its endpoint. That'd be great. And if it doesn't, if Bitcoin goes up first, I'm hoping to pick up this ETH trade. I'm going to pop this in right now. Supposedly, an investor retailer had his life savings on FTX, and it was like, bruh, I'm sorry, the hell you. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people trusted FTX. I was lucky enough not to have my money there. I was lucky enough not to have my money in crypto.com. But I mean, they had slick advertising. They sounded really, really, really good. It just happened to be a point in my life where I'd already lost too much in other crypto projects that I just thought, no, definitely not. And that was, to me, that was the trigger. That was the trigger for me contacting my buddy, my good friend Dan. He was already learning how to trade with our now coach Nick, and Dan was doing really well. And at that time, I was just learning how to trade with indicators, and I had like 50,000 indicators on my chart. You see here, we don't have a single indicator. We are not indicator traders. And I'd be looking at my indicators, and I'd be talking to my friend Dan and say, Dan, I'm looking at going long here. All the indicators say we're in a trend. I'm going to go long. And Dan would be like, mate, look at my chart. And he'd show me the chart like this, and I'd be like, what does this even mean? And it took me a long time to understand what it meant. And he was usually right though. His trades usually won, and my trades usually didn't. Because in my view, you don't need indicators to make money on these charts. You need to be able to spot where the liquidity is. That's all you need. No indicators. So I haven't been using any indicators for a long time now. There's just no need for them. That's a retail mindset. If you think a computer program can tell you where you're going to make money, you're a retail trader. By definition. Change the follow goal to 100 when you get off stream tonight. Holy crap. I reached my goal. Thanks guys. Screw that, we'll do it now. Let's change my follow goal. I can remember how. Alright, yeah, where's my manage? Manage channel. Creator dashboard. Thanks guys, thanks for following. That's fantastic. I didn't even realize. Now let's get to 100. I want to get to 50. At 50 I can actually become an affiliate. That's the goal. Not that I want subscribers. I don't care if you subscribe or not. To be honest with you guys, I'm not doing this for you. If you guys get benefit from me sitting here talking about crypto, that's fantastic. But I'm not doing this for you. I am doing this for me. Now, where is extensions? Oops, not create a camp. I don't want to do that. Just give me a second, guys. We'll talk charts in just a second. My extensions, maybe. Is it there? Settings? No. Where are you? Where are you, goal? Oh, thanks, mate. What I will do for subscribers, when we get enough, we'll set up a Discord just to chat and subscribers. The main Discord that I'm in though is my training Discord, which is you have to be part of the community. Like, you have to have bought into the training, and I'm not the teacher of that training. I'm just a student. Just give me a sec. I need to find. Wait, is it streaming tools? Maybe no. Engagement? No. Twitch. Where is? Maybe it's in extensions. Twitch. Where are my goals? Channel. I don't know where they hide goals. Why are they so hard to find? Let's do a quick search. Hold on. Twitch. Manage goals. Creator goals. Yeah, but where are they? Quick actions. Quick actions. Quick actions. It won't be long, guys. I'll figure this out. Channel. I swear this is all changed. I can't prove it. Channel, come on, Twitch, where are you? Manage stream? Maybe it's on a managed stream. There we go, I found it. Alright, cool. Manage goals. That was hard to find. Let's set it to end that goal. $50. I want 50 followers, please. Twitch, buy me 50 followers. Start goal. All right. Cool. Done. Sorry about that, guys. We are back. We are back. All right. Let's look at some charts now. No, let's get this. Let me get this trade in. I want to make sure I got my ETH short ready to go. And the reason why I like this short is because we have even highs up here from somewhere. Yeah, we had. Okay. Let me talk you through why I like this. For one, I do think Bitcoin may jump up a little bit before coming back down to pick up these stops. That's what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking Bitcoin will come back down. And I'm seeing ETH nearing the top of its range here. It's just flirting with the top. It's come into this zone a couple of times. I think we're going to test this area here. And I think it's going to line up with Bitcoin retracing. Because Bitcoin's come a long way without a single retrace. Look, it's come a long way up. We will retrace. It's going to happen. So, because we've had a high here, when the price came up to this point here, A lot of people were putting their shorts on right there. So we have a lot of liquidity there. And those shorts they put on, those shorts are still there. No one's taken their trade off the market. Why would they? They'd be in so little profit right here. And I bet you that they're doing this on like the 1 hour or the 15-minute chart. Yeah, come on, they're doing that. And they're not looking at the bigger picture, because that's where most retail traders fail. I am expecting ETH to come up and take those stops for sure. And it may come up, and it may come up to here. You know what? I could be greedy here. And I could put my entry point up here. I could be really greedy. In fact, I think I will. Because if there is a stop hunt and the price comes up, yeah, I want to be in that stop hunt. And I want a nice trade there. So I'm going to keep it there. And this could bite me in the butt. You know, if you're following me and you're putting your own trade on, I do recommend that the recommendation from the training that I've received is we take our order block, and your order block should be within your entire supply zone. And my order block is quite big here. I've taken the entire supply zone. The entire zone. I could probably even make it a bit further down, to be honest. You could even capture that. The entire range. What we're supposed to do, or what we're asked to do, not asked, just what we're told is the best thing to do. Let's take a fib from top to bottom, put your trade at the 50% line, and price should come up and take it. But best way to make more money is to be greedy. Let's pop this back. I would like to, if I get this trade, I'd like to make more money from it. I'm not going to change my stop. We're never going to make stops. A lot of trades come in thinking, you know what, I'll make more money if I make my stop shorter. I'll bring my stop down. Look at how much more you can make. 6 to 1, 7 to 1, 8 to 1. Look at that. And I've seen guys doing that, thinking I can get a much better trade going here. If it tips me in here and going down, like I'm going to make 9 to 1. Yeah, but probably going to get wicked out. The charts, especially crypto charts, need breathing room. So 20% of your entire range here should be what you're doing, where you're putting your stop. 20%, and you can find that. It's so easy to find. Get your fib again, top to bottom. Oops, in this case we bottom to top. Bottom to top. And look, it tells me exactly where to go. In fact, I was over generous. 25 is here. That's 25%. But you know what? I don't mind being a bit generous. I might keep it at 5. Best way to get more money from your trades is to be greedy and put your entry price higher, meaning you may not get in. Price may not come this high, but if it does, I'm going to be happy. And if price, and look, here's the thing: price on this one might struggle at this area here. Can I get a 3 to 1? Yeah, look at that. I can get a 3 to 1 at this range here. So if price doesn't even make it down to the target zone, I can still get a 3 to 1. I'm taking this. I like it. Alright, and I think I did have this in my... Oops. I think I did have this in my spreadsheet. Entry price 1337. Excel. Did I have a ETH short at 1330? Yeah, close enough. 1335. 1331 short. Yep. So I'm going to pop this in a buy bit. My risk is $15 something. What was my risk going to be at? $15.40. 3% risk. Let's pop this in. So that's ETH. Order by, I don't want to order by quality, I want to order by cost. And the cost is going to be 27, I think. We're going to do a short. Profit level here. Yeah, stop loss should be okay. This is a good guess. 29, 33. Okay, that's roughly right. $14.50 is my total risk for this trade, and my win will be $75. So we're going to open up that short. So we have. Oh, I was already there. I'm an idiot. But you know what? I've changed it. So I'll cancel that trade there. Alright, that's done. So I'm in or short. I have a short idea for ETH. I'm not going to put too much more risk on. There are many other coins that are worth taking a look at. I will show you some of these other coins right now. So Litecoin was the top. Gala is another one that I'm interested in. It's at the bottom of its range. We've had even lows here, but we don't have any supporting structure to tell us where it could go. Gala is looking pretty bad though. It's looking like it's fallen off a knife's edge. We could still see this trade happen. If price does come back down into Gala, into this zone, there's a good high chance it's going to come and test the top of this again. So that's something to look at. But the even lows, even lows could mean that price might come down, scoop this up, and pop up again. So that's an idea for Gala. For Near, there's a similar idea on Near. For this to happen, my shorts would have to get triggered into Bitcoin. Would have to get triggered into ETH, and would have to see that price come all the way back down to get picked up. So that's an idea for Near. There's an idea here for GMT. Similar ideas. A short from the bottom of the range. GMT is also nearing the top of its range. So I'm going to keep this particular chart on my radar. And there's a lot going on there. There's way too much going on there. I really don't need those. But they do show you how smart money thinks. For OP, OP is in a no trade zone for me, but it's looking like we're going to come and test these highs again. And when we do, I want to pick up that short. Depending on, of course, wholly depending on where Bitcoin's going to be. So we'll have a look at that at a later date. AVAX, don't see anything worth trading on AVAX. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't. I don't see anything trade-worthy on AVAX at the moment. And the reason for that is the top of the structure is here. So this is the midline of the structure right there. Discounted prices have well and truly gone. Wish I saw it earlier, but I was busy on other coins. The time to trade on longs would have been down here, and the time to trade for shorts isn't quite there yet. Let's just map that out. From the top of the structure to the midline. Those are the areas I'll be looking for shorts. KNC. It looks to me like this is a weird one, KNC. I have a love-hate relationship with it because KNC runs can be really, really, really big. What I mean by runs, sorry, I mean stop runs can be really, really big. I think it's a very easy coin to be manipulated. I don't think I'll be wanting to trade in that zone at the moment. These were discounted prices down here. Those stops there for the even lows have not been mitigated. Price has not come back down to pick them up. Chances are these stops have been taken anyway. Chances are. But either way, the top of the structure is here. Or at least here. So that I can't get a good price fitting on where the top of the structure is in this one. If it does reach the top here, I will be looking for a short for sure. but it's really difficult to say exactly where the midline is. Is it starting from here? Is that part of the structure? I don't know. I don't know on KNC at the moment, so I'm skipping that one. Sol, we are still in premium prices, but not premium enough for a short, and there's definitely no longs available for this one. ECT, we are in the lowest structure, but not the lowest. Not the lowest. Not a good coin for me to trade right now. Chili's. I'm hoping some of you guys got shorts up the top there. That would have been great. But for Chili's, for me, for now, nothing worth trading. Nothing in there's telling me that this is a coin to trade. We're in the mid section here, not premium and not discount. Matic, same thing, no premium, no discount. Skipping Matic for now. BNB. I did like the look of BNB. This section here was the midline. Now look at this lovely trend line going up. To me, price, if there's a big stop hunt for BNB, price will come back down. Pick up these stops. And I'm thinking it might come back down here for a bounce up, but I mean, that's wishful thinking. We do see price action like that happening. If you look at this massive wick, it does happen for BNB. There is manipulation going on in this market for sure. So that's a coin well worth keeping in mind. It's not really at a point where I'm looking to take any kind of trade. Even if it got to this zone here, which I did mark, I'd be wary, because that stop hunt is telling us that this supply zone up here is still in play. And there must be a massive supply zone, because this stop hunt couldn't go any higher. So I'm waiting for the price to come up here. I've got a short planned for that stop hunt, and in fact I'm going to delete this one from here. Too risky. Too risky. Which leaves us with, let's have a look at XRP. It's in a lovely range. I think XRP is definitely a coin I want to keep on my radar. We're in discounted prices, but not heavily discounted prices. It's not something I'm going to short. It's not something I'm going to long at this point. But definitely worth watching. Look how much volume we see in this. The price point you'd be looking to get your trade in. Whoops. Hey, bugger off. I don't want an alarm on this. Go away. Delete. Yeah, delete that. I don't need that. Price point, I'd be definitely advising. Not advising. I can't advise. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give advice. I give warnings. My advice is you're not going to make money from trading. That's my advice. Alright. I've already mapped that out anyway. I don't know why I'm drawing a box there. There's a 1 hour order block right here. It's a bullish order block in a massive big supply zone. Oh, sorry. This is a demand zone. A massive big demand zone. That's where I'll be looking to take long option number 1. However, it is within a huge big zone of interest for me. My preferable trade, the trade that I would prefer to make the most, would be right down here. Last bullish candle before a price break. So those are the 2 zones I'd be looking to take longs in XRP, and you can see price just dips in here a few times. That's definitely the zone of interest. So I see 2 possible trades here, and they'd probably look something like this. We could do a long right here, and I'd be stopping my stop there and seeing if I could take that at least up to there for a 3. Yeah, that'll work. Nice. Second long, if that breaks through and we come into this OB, I'd want this at least there, and you'd have to go deeper to this point here. That gives you a 3.6. So those are my 2 ideas for XRP. Of course, we have to see a significant price move to pick those up. But I think we could do that. Look, we got price structure coming in here and giving us higher highs. If you look at this on the 8 hours, higher highs, and we've even got even highs here, with a big, well-established structure right here. And look at those prices just coming and tapping that. Yeah, so if we do see a price come down to this point again, I'd be looking at shorts there too. Put them on the list. Price hasn't even been entering in that zone yet. All right. So that's a plan for XRP, and I think that's all the coins that I'm interested in looking at right now. If you guys have any you want to look at, let me know. I'll probably be jumping off in a couple of minutes. So if you do have coins, now is the time. If you want me to check something out, now is the time. So I'm gonna go relax after this and enjoy the rest of my Saturday. I'll just give you guys a couple of minutes to think about it. I've probably gone through most of the coins you'd be interested in looking at. I know a few people were looking at Link, and I made a fair few good trades on Link. Ah, oh, yeah, Link is lovely. You know why this is a great trade? This is a great coin to trade because the range is so beautiful. I love coins with ranges. I can see what I was doing there. That's the midsection there. All right. Yeah, so for Link, we're coming up into just above the midline. So not quite ready for shorts or longs, but you can see here your opportunity for longs and shorts on Link. You've had 1, 2, 3 great opportunities to make money on Link. More than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 great opportunities to make money on Link. I should be putting this at the top of my list. Honestly, that coin is fabulous. That's not a word I use very often. Link, I need to watch you. Yeah, I still stand by my trade here. That is what I would be making, even though that one. Yeah, that can go all the way to the bottom. Take that one all the way to the bank. And of course, we're looking at something similar on the lower end. Link is just so clean. Taking a long from here. That is definitely a trade that interests me. All the way to the top. Even being conservative with a 20% stop loss. That's a 7 risk to reward trade. That is just beautiful. I definitely want to set my alarm for the Link to remind me that this is an awesome trade, awesome coin to trade. When's the last time it actually moved in structure? Let's take a look at that. So we were in another long structure here from 2021 all the way to March 2022. This is the coin you want to be trading, something like this. Very predictable. Means we've got a lot of trades on both sides, which is lovely. Alright, I'm going to leave it there, guys. If you do have any coins you want me to look at, let me know, and we can look at them next time. I stream most days because I trade most days, and if you do have ones that you think we want to look at that are of interest to you, there is no wrong coin to trade. If you think you've got some coin and you're not sure, well, let's take a look at it. We'll look at the volume and we'll make sure that there's smart money involved before we decide whether or not we're going to trade it. But I love charts and I would love to look at more. So you guys just let me know what you want to see. I've just picked my top 20 here. I'm still willing to give you an analysis on any coins that you want to see. All right, guys, have a great Saturday or a great Friday if it's your Friday. And I'll probably see you tomorrow. See you later.